former police captain accused of groping. And there's a picture of it. Put it up full mass. There's a lot more detail to this story. That's just one picture. A former Henry County, this is in the state of Georgia, SVU police officer wants her former police captain held accountable for what she said were years of sexual harassment. Let's put her up. She gave an interview on the local news. Atlanta News first did a remarkable job, so did WSB-TV. So Wednesday, Christina Gatchel, along with her attorney, revealed a photo to Channel 2 Action News. The photo showed now retired Henry County Police Chief Norman Woody Fowler with his hand on her rear end. Now, I want to remind everybody, she's Special Victims Unit detective. That's what he's doing to her in a picture. And it is evident that he's aware someone is snapping a photo, okay? Mm-hmm. All right, the photo showed the now retired captain doing that. Ms. Gatchel said she was groped by Fowler during his retirement party in 2021. Quote, she says, "I'm fighting to hold the police captain who sexually battered me, both criminally and civilly responsible." There happened to be a photographer who knew what Fowler had a reputation for and took the picture. That's according to the attorney, Constance Cooper. Cooper said it was clear her client was uncomfortable in the photo. She's trying to avoid physical contact during the hug, Cooper explained. Channel 2's Audrey Washington posed the question to Cooper, what kind of relationship, if any, Gatchel had with Fowler? Quote, they had a professional relationship, just a professional relationship. Yeah, that's it. Gatchel said she is one of 8 women, 8, who reported sexual harassment by Fowler. Wednesday, Washington went to the last address listed for Fowler. She learned Fowler had since moved out of town. Washington also called and emailed Henry County Police about the photo and accusations. She did not hear back. Gatchel said she reported Fowler, but was told the Henry County Solicitor's Office would not pursue charges. Quote, Officer Gatchel nonetheless moved forward, and Captain Fowler was allowed to enter an Alford guilty plea to misdemeanor sexual battery, Cooper explained. So this Alford plea means the guilty plea is not an admission of guilt by the cop that is binding on a civil action. Gatchel says she plans to move forward with the civil case. Everyone who protects and serves, man or woman, deserves to be protected and to serve on equal footing. The lawsuit also alleges the chief of police and human resources, the director, they failed to act when Officer Gatchel notified them of what was happening to her. Now remember, according to the lawsuit, you got 8 other victims here. And likely the reason why the attorney noted the 8 other victims is because, at least present, they are willing to be Jane Doe or Jane Does in this complaint, providing information that is what's called evidence of pattern behavior. The pattern behavior can be introduced in certain elements of the trial. We shall see. Right now, you can't find the guy. But here's the dynamic of the industry we're talking about. This lady literally dedicated her life to getting rid of people like him, putting them in jail, prosecuting them. He probably did not like her brand of policing. Maybe this was his way of showing his ultimate authority, having that kind of inappropriate contact with SVU detectives. But there's a picture now. So it's more than just an allegation. And then the systems that remained protecting this individual. Complaints were filed. Multiple women said he was doing this. They were well aware, according to the report. All right, thoughts?
I mean, 2 thoughts really. You know, if this is the way that people in this police department are being treated, then how can we expect them to treat rape victims or sexual assault victims with respect? themselves and take their cases seriously. We know the history of untested rape kits. We know the disbelief, obviously, when it comes to victims going forward. If the buck stops with this guy, who is himself, an alleged sexual assaulter. And the second thing I will say is, look, this is why we actually need more stringent oversight over two bodies, the police force and Congress and our politicians. Why? Because people who make and enforce laws often are the ones who skirt them, because they know they are literally the ones implementing the law. And so they see themselves as being above it. It does not apply to them. It applies to, the lowly sexual assaulter, not the sexual assaulter with a badge, with a title. Sexual assaulter with a title and a badge, they get exempt from actually having to obey the same laws that they are supposed to come down and use on others. So again, can we understand this is why we actually need far more reform, far more oversight, far more of the things that we have seen in the past, but suddenly we're sort of rolling back on?
Yep, very well said.